Hi friends. I am a little sweaty. Maybe I should roll down this window. I'm a little sweaty because I just ran around the park to take Maple on a quick walk before going into work. I had breakfast with my mama this morning, and she mentioned that she wanted one of the little light up Santas that I've had in my video. For those of you wondering, it was from Target and it was $10. So I was like, you want to just run over to Target? So we did that. I didn't really get anything exciting or anything. And then we went over to Home Goods. I picked up some wrapping paper. That was it. And now I'm home for 2 seconds and heading into work. It is Spotify Wrapped Day. Very important folklore day. Very important day for all who celebrate. So me and my bestie Molly were like texting about our playlists and whatnot this morning, and I've been seeing everyone else's. My top artist was absolutely Chapel Roan. I'm not surprised by that, but I've also been listening to a lot of folk music, and like when you're listening to playlists that don't necessarily have the same songs on repeat, they basically don't show up. So I'm like, it's like an accurate representation, but also like not so accurate. Whatever. So yeah, that was fun to look at this morning. Kay was also like looking through theirs. We went to Broder. There's 2 locations here in Portland, but it's like Scandinavian food. So my mom got lefse with like greens on top, and then I got like, I can't remember what they call it, but it's kind of like eggs Florentine, but so they're like cooked in like kind of a bechamel sauce, but there's like kale, and I added ham to mine, and the coffee is good. So yeah, it was a cute little morning. I'm gonna go get another cup of coffee before going into work, and then I'm gonna drive over there. It's about a 20-minute drive. I'm running a little later than I thought I would be, but it's just what's happening. So and tonight is knit night, so I'll take you along for that. And tonight I'm putting it here to remind myself. I would like to show you the progress, because I did have the morning to catch up on my Advent socks. And also I'm just excited to get a couple hours of knitting time in tonight. So yeah, let's go.
Oh, the lilac snow, drifting down so soft and slow. Outside my window, I watch it go. Oh, the lilac snow. And though the world may seem so still, it's coming in a distant chill, with the memories of winters past, of the ones I wish would have lasted. Oh, the lilac snow tells secrets of long ago, of carols sung, of gifts we've known. Oh, the lilac snow whispers softly on the wind as memories come flowing in.
I can't put that in there. Just like move your head around a little bit. God.
Once the candles on the tree glow, softly lighting up the lilac snow. Then the quiet of the winter night was filled with wonder and pure delight. Oh, the lilac snow tells secrets of long ago, of carols sung, of gifts we've known. Oh, the lilac snow whispers softly on the wind as memories come flowing in.
Hi friends, I just got home from work. It's pretty late. I got home about 8:45. Now it's a bit past 9. Tonight was knit night. As you saw, it's very busy. Tim and I have been hosting for about 3 years now, and it's just grown and grown. Tonight we had 44 people when we did our head count, including Tim and I, which is pretty wild and very cool. So yeah, I spent most of the day winding yarn. I have wound now all of the boxes aside from one, which I have to leave to my coworkers, which I know they are capable of. So yeah, it's been a busy few days. Tomorrow I will be at home relaxing and editing an episode of Sibling Energy that I have been slowly working on, but haven't really had a day to dedicate to sitting down and making progress on it, but I'm hoping that that will be out Friday. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I did finish my book in the car. I've been listening to the audiobook of The Overdue Life of Amy Byler. I read a little novella by the author right before Thanksgiving. It was about 3 hours, and it was like available exclusively through Audible. It wasn't a credit, it was just one of their just programs that they do. And I really enjoyed it. I just felt very immersed in it, and I was like, I wonder what else this author has written. And so on a whim, I bought it through Audible. And I really enjoyed it. It was the story of a woman who had 2 kids. They were teenagers, and her husband had abandoned them several years prior. So he came back into their lives and basically wanted to show up for his kids and give her a break. And she really struggled with her identity, not being basically not having motherhood be her most salient identity, and ends up kind of taking a break, which hilariously they call a mumspringa, like a rumspringa in Amish culture. And so then there's this whole storyline, and she ends up meeting someone, so it's a little bit of romance. Yeah, it was perfect for what I wanted. It really scratched my brain in all the right places. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. If you're looking for a nice cozy book to read, I definitely recommend it. I'll post a link to it down below. I also saw a comment that someone left that was just can you explain how you plan out your vlogs, what you're doing? And one of my coworkers who you saw earlier, Emily, hi Emily, commented to me in person, said to me in person, she was like, so when you're leaving your phone and you're walking away from the camera, when you're walking the dog, tell me more about that. Is that weird? So basically what I do is I take my phone and I'll find a fence, or in our park we have these big pillars that have steps, I guess. And so I just put it and I record and I walk past the camera and then walk back toward it, and then I just grab it. I make sure there's not too many people around, mostly because I'm sure they'd be just I don't want to be recorded. So I try not to get too many people out in public. But in general, well, here, let me say this. First, in the first day of Vlogmas, I said that this was my 4th year, but when I was going back and looking at my previous playlists, I realized this is actually my 5th year doing Vlogmas. The first year was in 2020, so that was a very like weird year, but it was also Kay and I's last year in Boston. So I'm like really glad I have that little like time capsule of our time there. I will say that now that I have been doing more vlogs, of course I do Vlogmas. I do always like plan to do vlogs, but they can be challenging because you definitely have to be like on all the time. Kay's like, you're inviting the entire internet into our house. Like, we have to have it clean and, you know, not in a complaining way, just in a matter-of-fact way. But it can be challenging because you do feel like you're kind of on display. So I would say I don't necessarily plan. Well, I don't know. What I try and do is I try to get like, in the first year, well, we weren't really going out to restaurants in the first year, but like as we've progressed and like there's moments where we go like out to eat, I try always to get like the restaurant sign, a video of us at the table, and like a video of the food. And so I'm kind of like in my head planning for all of those things. So I sort of know like the B-roll to try and get to tell the story of the day. I always, if I'm getting B-roll, you know, it can be awkward to film in public, especially like if you're by yourself. What I try to do is to at least take 6 to 8 seconds. So like if you're in a crowded place and you're like, oh, this is a little awkward that I'm pulling my phone out and recording something. If you just get 6 seconds, you can even slow that down to get the actual clip to feel pretty natural and to be about 10 seconds. So I've definitely gotten better at that. I've also gotten better at filming a wider shot, you know, just to include a nicer frame around everything. When I, like, the first few times I did vlogs and even like recorded podcasts, I got like a very close-up shot here, and I do understand, like, people really are uncomfortable, I think, including their bodies. A lot of people are uncomfortable. I've been doing this now, like I said, I've had a YouTube channel for about 6 years, and it's definitely made me more comfortable with my bod, and I think that it's really empowering to be like, yes, I am comfortable in my bod. I'm making clothes for my body in its size. So in a lot of ways it is like a radical act for me to, yeah, basically be doing like a wider frame, showing my body the way it is. And, I know that viewers who watch it, who are also, plus size, fat, whatever you want to say, are like, oh, wow, okay, cool. And yeah, I mean, it takes a lot of work, to get here because society does not like you to be comfortable in a body that is not normal, thin, whatever. But yeah, I just try to do all of those things. I also find that, you know, I noticed this like in moments where I've been like drawing or painting or doing like traditional art, that I'll sort of like view the world in a different way. Like I'll look at something and like see the shadows and see the color. And in a similar way, when I am recording a lot or doing vlogs a lot, when I am watching other people's vlogs, I am aware of things that they do that I like find aesthetically pleasing. I'm aware of ways that I could implement something that they're doing. For instance, just like being at a bookstore and like looking through the shelves, I'm like, how can I do that? I am in public, so like maybe I don't want to draw attention to myself, but like I feel like I could still accomplish that, and I did. So, you know, all those things. I think it's also really helpful to have a buffer. So when I am out and about, like with Kay, I'll have them record a little thing of me, and that really helps, or with my mom. So, yeah, and I think also just like people know that I do this, and like a lot of my friends like at the knitting store are aware. that I do Vlogmas and that they might be in a video, and I always ask if they're going to be in one for like an extended period of time. I'm like, are you good with me setting up the camera right now? So yeah, it becomes easier the more you do it. So you kind of just have to start and then, you know, put it out even if it's not perfect. Perfection is really like the biggest, I think, hindrance to people doing something like this. And yeah, I mean, my first vlogs I don't feel like are perfect, or I didn't even feel like were perfect at the time, but I'm glad I did them because they've led me to now, here and now. So I did want to just give you like, I basically haven't knit, like I feel like I haven't had time to knit, but I did do the 1.5 inch rib on the Guthrie Hat. It looks so small, but I am fairly convinced that there's quite a bit of ease in this once I stretch it out. I mean, I know she has a small head, but like this is a pretty small, but I do think I'm trusting the process. I'm trusting the process. So yeah, that's just the cuff on my Guthrie Hat, and now I won't touch it until I go teach my class on Saturday. So there's that. And then I am all caught up on both socks. For my Advent skein, I'll do a little close-up shot here in a sec. But I will tell you, my first 3 colors were definitely like the Rasta flag. And I was like, okay, I'm trusting the process. And now I've got this like lime green. So yeah, we'll see what tomorrow brings, but it's pretty fun. Let me just do a little close up. And so I love Michelle. Hi, Michelle, who is the dyer behind Woolens and Nosh, like commented and was like, you know, in the last video I was like, if you don't want a surprise, like don't look. And then Emily of the Botanical Knitter was like, we all have different color combinations. And I was like, and Michelle piped in and was like, I don't think you can spoil it. Like, it's fine. So it was just, this is part of why I love Vlogmas. It really feels like a community. I love all the comments, so please say hi in the comments below. I am going to get to editing this vlog. I'm hoping that I will be able to fall asleep before midnight, so we'll see how that goes. This is a lot of work, but it's very fun to connect with you all here. I think tomorrow's going to be hopefully a knitting heavy day. We'll see what happens. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.